Hi, Rick. Hi, Becky. How you doing?
Fine, thank you.
Doing
How
good.
about you?
Happy to talk to you.
Oh, I'm very happy to talk to you. I imagine that both of you are feeling this sense of joy and giddiness about the fact that Percy Jackson, and especially The Lightning Thief, is about to get a true adaptation to the screen. What's going through your minds right now as you're on the, I would say, eve, but we're about a week or so away.
Actually, I'm enjoying looking at Bill's bookshelf behind him.
Yeah, you
Have
have
you noticed?
you have
I
great
could,
taste. I mean,
I couldn't not do this interview without putting that there. It has to be there.
Thank you,
Um,
thank you.
yeah. So what's going through our minds on the eve of the
how are you
showing?
feeling?
A little overwhelmed, I think.
Yeah, fair to say. Yeah. It feels a little surreal.
Right?
That's not unusual when something is about to come out. I know this from books that it doesn't feel real until it's out in the world and
Well,
people
it's like
start
having a baby, you
very
know.
much. Yeah. It's easy for me
So
to
you
say.
have that
Yeah,
trepidation. You want everybody to look at your baby and say, "What a beautiful little baby you have," you know.
Well, I guess you've been living in this world for 16 books, and that's not even counting Magnus Chase or the Kane Chronicles or the Demigod Diaries. And it's been since 2005 since The Lightning Thief was published. And now all of a sudden, you've gone so far since 2005, but you're back at the beginning. What
Mm-hmm.
was it like to go back to Percy's origins? Were you feeling like, oh, I should improve on this? Or maybe I'll just make this change here. I wish I'd done that. Or do you feel like that the book itself stands the test of time?
I've been surprised how well the book has held up, but at the same
Yeah.
time, 2005 was a long time ago. And I think Becky and I were
We
both in agreement.
we've changed quite a bit since 2005 too,
Absolutely.
right?
We're not the same people we were back then,
Yeah.
and the world is not the same as it was back then. So it was important for us to look at the text and have fresh eyes and do a refresh on what was going on there. What could I have done better? What could I do to make the text resonate more with modern times? And so that was very much on the table. It was kind of nice to have that opportunity to have a second chance of bringing this into the world for a new generation and with a kind of a new sensibility.
Right, right. And you'll notice, though, the show has a timeless feel to it. In a way, it feels like 2005 refreshed for, 23, but it still feels timeless. So I think the viewers are going to really appreciate that. It's still the show that they think is in their head with, for the books.
Yeah,
Does that make sense? I
yeah,
probably.
yeah.
Absolutely. Well, and I think the fact that I've watched the first four episodes and you see right from the get-go we have Walker narrating that very opening dialogue from the book. And that just for anyone who has read the book, it says, oh, we're on the right track. We're
Right,
we're going from the point of Percy's perspective and we're going to follow his journey.
right.
Speaking of the cast and talking about Walker and talking about the trio itself, was there a particular moment for each of you that really stood out in casting that said, these are the three?
It happened really, really organically, didn't it? We saw
Yeah.
so many tapes, and the actors all brought something to those tapes, and they were all wonderful. I mean, having kids that are as professional as what we saw was amazing, and all the fans that actually submitted tapes as well. That was lovely.
Yeah, I mean, they're all our three main actors are such consummate
I think
professionals.
when we saw Leah
Yeah.
do her performance, I mean, Rick and I both just knew, and it was a matter of just getting everybody on board, and
Yeah, to sort of to make sure everybody was on the same page.
right,
That's Leah is the one I remember most vividly. I remember we were doing an in-person audition after the first round of
right,
tapes, and so they brought us all out to Burbank, and we were doing a chemistry read with different permutations of the trio. And while we were waiting, Leah came up to me and just started asking me process questions like, so Annabeth, what is her motivation here, do you think? And I know she's the daughter of Athena, but, what does that mean? What's her relationship like with her mom? She had absolutely no intimidation of me, no fear at all. She just wanted to do the best job she could to get into the character. And that kind of self-confidence, that kind of self-awareness was so striking. As someone who was a middle school teacher, you don't see that very often in 12-year-olds,
Right.
that they have that level of confidence.
And she would ask James specific questions when he was
Yeah.
directing her.
So she just stood out to me as a kid who was obviously smart, resilient, and a leader. And those are the things we needed in Annabeth.
Exactly.
Rick, Becky, thank you very much. You nailed the casting. The first 4 episodes are fantastic. I can't wait to see the rest. I can't wait to see the show come to the world, and hopefully we'll see season 2 announced really soon.
I hope so. Thanks so much.
Thank you.